Any Mr. Robot fans here? You damn betcha. And then the crazy thing is, it ended December.
Yes.
Yeah. You got some feelings about it?
Yeah, man. I mean, I remember calling you over the phone. We were talking about Avengers ending as well, and you're like, well, it may take a while before it hits you. And
I said, take some stuff.
Yeah.
Did you take some stuff?
Yes.
Oh, great.
You mean a vacation? No.
So Robert asks him, did you have some feelings about it?
He says it in a weird FI way.
FI, I'm not really allowed to ask you about your feelings because
Right.
I'm FI, but I do want to talk about feelings because I'm
There's-
FI,
right.
Savior. How'd you feel about that? So fast, Rami goes, yes, and I remember when I talked to you about your feelings about Avengers ending.
Uh-oh, there's that DE shit again.
Like, whoa, that was fast. So we're talking about feelings, and switcheroo, we're now talking about your feelings about things.
Weird.
I mean, honestly, 2019 has been such a huge year for you. I know you're really close with your family, and then they must be so proud of you. You won an Oscar, dude.
Yeah, unbelievable. It's remarkable, man. I still am soaking in every second of it.
Let's tell folks about Doolittle a bit.
Yes.
How would you describe it?
Oh, man. I just went to the premiere with you
Yes.
and your lovely other half, Susan,
Oh,
who
Susan.
produced it.
Yes.
Who I
Lovely.
spent so much time working with on this film, and it was so lovely to see it
Lovely.
up there on the big screen, because you'll be doing the voices. You never can quite anticipate what it's going to be like, and it is
Yes.
a truly moving, extraordinary
Moving.
experience. It's
Aw,
it's an
dude.
adventure. You deliver a phenomenal performance. The whole
Oh.
cast does. But I have to say,
You.
sitting there with kids, they were glued to that screen.
Children.
And I have to say, by the end of it, I felt as though the entire cinema was pretty teary-eyed. It got very
Yeah, I think we
emotional.
got him.
You got him.
I can't
You
thank
pulled
you
some
enough.
heartstrings.
Did I ask
Yes,
you
did, sir.
directly? Did Susan call you?
You called me.
I did, right?
Don't worry, he's got plenty of more chaos coming. But there it is again. It's let's talk about others and then something weird about emotions?
Yes.
What is this mysterious talk?
So the Effies are listening in to the chemicals. I don't even know what else to say. It is the chemicals. It's the crying. It's the vibing. It's the enjoying. It's the excitement. It's the like that's what their ear is listening into.
Yeah.
That's what their crowd of voices in their head is expressing. They're just tuned into that frequency. And it's funny watching Robert like trying to give him, because it's supposed to be about him, but then
Right, he keeps flipping it back to Robert. Yeah. So a lot of DE.
Right.
I don't know how much space I have here. Let's see if I can get another.
Just say Savior.
Oh, no, I jumped
no,
the line.
No,
Ah.
damn it.
Did I ask
Yes,
you
you did, sir.
directly? Did Susan call you?
You called me.
I did, right?
Yeah. It's the only, I mean, of course, this usually goes through a number of agents and whatnot, but when
RDJ
RDJ
is
calls
calling.
you, it's like, yeah.
And then
sure,
everybody
I'll
should
come
know
do
you
it.
did all the voice, obviously, but all the gorilla sounds. It's all 100% Rami, right?
Is it 100%?
Yeah.
Wow, that's impressive.
Didn't know.
Yeah, I mean, I was
Fact.
in there with Susan, just in a dark room with a microphone, playing gorilla for countless hours. Ellen would appreciate that.
She
right?
would.
The other
That's right, 'cause
person-
she has the campus in Rwanda.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
God, that's
Ellen would appreciate that.
Pulling in other people left and right. So a lot
Yes.
of DE. And then also, too, if he's Savior F-D-E-F-E,
Yeah.
then doing the things is weird. Like, as I've been kind of working on the Tappa tool and doing the definitions, like, you kind of figure out one, then you're like, oh, so therefore the reverse. You figure out TE, therefore FE, you know, right?
Yeah.
And so it's like the math keeps, just, like, showing me something that I don't really naturally see.
Yeah.
And that is the Savior FEs have a hard time with the things, have a hard
Right.
time doing the things. So it's like, hey, you did all the things. You did all the hard work and
Right.
did all the voices. He's like,
Right.
I did?
I wonder, what do you mean you were in a dark room grunting with my wife?
Ooh.
She does have a bit of a crush on you, in a nice way, in a producer way.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Okay,
There's a
let's-
bigger crush on you.
Yeah, we'll see. Let's see how this hosting
No,
gig
you can be
goes.
Batman.
I have a big crush on you. Thank you for everything you've done for film,
Stop
and
it.
cinema, all of these roles, from Chaplin to Doolittle now, Iron Man, everything.
Well,
Everything that you've done has not only been something that we as actors look up to and admire, but you've taken so many of us under your wing, and I am so appreciative.
oh, dude, thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
You again, one more time.
I just love Robbie. I love both of those humans, but that was just so much DE. I just love him. So let me talk about what he's doing there. So he makes the vibe uncomfortable because he just, he's literally trying to do too much DE. Credit to Susan, who was in the room. Like, he can't even just say, I was in the room, me, myself, and I, doing the gorilla sounds, He, because of his DE, he's bringing Susan into the room. And then, of course, the funny NF, the funny FE, or the funny NE of Robert
Right.
is like, hey, you were in the thing with my, like,
And he totally rolls with it. He's like, ooh.
he's like, ooh, I didn't catch that.
Yeah, but he wasn't like jumbled.
He wasn't like, huh?
Yeah.
He NF got it
Uh-oh.
quickly, very quickly,
Right.
and then just switch that whole conversation to be bow down, bow down, bow down, more FE,
Right.
throw some more FE on this.
This is where my theory of he was an ESTP started falling apart. Like, I don't know. That's a pretty good catch from Robert fucking Downey Jr. that you knocked out of the park there. That's a lot of NF work in there.
Hey, let's talk about NF for just a little bit before we move on. NF is constantly tracking this unspoken vibe.
Yeah.
That's what they are responsible for. So if you trip on the wires of unspoken vibe, you are the one also in a savior state responsible for fixing the unspoken vibe.
Right. Remember Evander Holyfield, who is ESTP ST? He talked about, he says, yeah, I have anxiety about, I can't guess what people are saying. He talked about, like, he has a hard time with people will, like, all of a sudden have a conversation and the joke will go that way.
Yeah, right.
And the ST is like, how the fuck am I supposed to know that?
Oh, I know.
Now, Rami, your parents, you grew up here in LA, but your parents are from Egypt, right? Did they acclimatize well to moving to Los Angeles?
They did. Maybe I didn't. Well, yeah, it was weird. I had like the traditions, different cultural things. I mean, my lunches were always very different than the regular peanut butter and jelly. My peanut butter and jelly was like a salami and feta cheese sandwich with olives in it, and the kids would be like, "Oh, the Maliks are eating cockroaches today," or like Nutella. Nutella
Yes.
on that spread. They're like,
Yes.
"Oh, they're eating a poop sandwich today."
Oh, well, more the fool them, because I'm sorry,
'Cause that stuff
Nutella
is delicious.
the greatest thing that's
That's
ever
fine.
been invented
Yeah.
in the history of the world.
But I was an idiot. I'm like, Mom, you can't do this anymore. She's like, what do you mean? I'm like, you have to make me peanut butter and jelly from now on. And she's like, why would you want to eat that?
I see her point. Look, you've got an actual hand clap from
A
Reggie
DE.
here and two thumbs.
The other guy.
That is right.
Look, you made the DI guy. He went like this. That guy James, also DE.
Yeah, DE with FI, so he's TE. Yeah.
So a couple things there. It's like Rami is going, all right, so everybody's valuing these sandwiches. Time to switch over to these sandwiches.
Isn't that fascinating? Like, how sad. It's way more important to vibe with the tribe.
Right, and James, who has Demon FI, he's still like, no, Nutella is the best ever.
All right.
Not your F checking the spectrum. Like the
Right.
FI is like not going to want to move, but it's fascinating how much movable the FE can do. Like
Right.
I talk to people who save your FE and they don't get the same kind of depression that the FIs get
yeah.
stuck and locked in. Like they'll still go through it.
Right.
But like, yeah, why would you be stuck in a depressive, negative state for long periods of time?
That's not good for the whole tribe vibe.
Yeah.
That's what they're tracking.
But imagine being able to change your food like that. That's why you get all mad when like we go to dinner with FEs and they're trying to like shove all their food on you. You're like,
Oh, drives me
stop! I just
crazy.
want to eat my one meal. I don't want
my
to try
God.
all your weird shit.
No. Okay, let me ask you this though. So when you bring me stuff that I love, you'll bring me like little treats and stuff that I love. Is it directly connected to if Shan's happy?
Yeah, right.
That makes me happy.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, duh. Not that I don't care about you.
Of course not.
I also care about me.
Yes, like that's the truth. That's like
If
the
you're in a bad mood, I'm in a bad mood.
right.
Why not go for the win-win? I'll be honest about it.
Yes.
I can see both sides of that.
100%. That's what I see with you is
Yeah.
that the people that are in your FI, you're like, oh, I have to make sure you're in a good state.
Right.
Because you bother me when you're not.
Right. I'm so glad we got that doorbell cam because then all of a sudden it opened my eyes to every other neighbor that has a doorbell cam.
Oh, right. Totally.
Because I did not know that.
Okay.
Missing information. We
This
go for
is
walks.
such a channel change.
And there's all these doorbells that are like, you can see the little lights buzzing. You're like, oh my God, it's like every house.
Everybody's seeing you.
Because our neighbor next door, they leave a treat bowl out for
Yes.
the UPS guy. There's all this candy. And I was like this close. It's just only because I was busy. Like, I'm just running up there and grabbing a handful. I'm like, how would he know? He's got a fucking doorbell camera literally right here.
Watching your next door neighbor come in and grab candy. Okay, so what the fuck does this
Oh,
have
it's like
to
a
do
huge candy
with
bowl.
FI? What the hell does this have
Well,
to do
he's
with
FE. He's like,
Yes.
thank you, delivery guy. Here's like a whole bowl of treats that are rotting out in the sun for the summer.
I know.
I'm like, that root beer's been there for 3 days. I better grab that.